glad you picked me up in an RV. I love RVs. Except for one thing.
What's that?
Bucket seats. Don't you just hate bucket seats?
Cannot abide bucket seats.
Gonzo, my God, what did you do? What kind of a crazy driver are you anyway? Why didn't you stop? He's okay, come on, come on.
Millicent, quit it.
I want to go home. We'll talk till my
Go
dad.
sit in the van.
Gonzo!
In the van now. Is he dead?
Wrong gender, and no, she isn't dead.
Are you sure? Trust me. Can you call an ambulance, please?
Take a dime, Buster. She's not hurt. If you want her to move, you give her a little slap on the behind. She'll move.
She ran right out in front of this gentleman's van.
She did it on purpose. I've seen her do that trick about 3 times already.
I felt her hit the fender.
She did it with her hand, just as you passed by, flat. She wants to make a couple of bucks, right? She's a faker.
I don't think she's faking it.
Call a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor? You mean she's really hurt?
I don't know. Let's hope nothing's broken. She's got a fever. She looks badly undernourished. What's her name?
I don't know. She pretends that she can't talk. You know, deaf and dumb, but that's a con also.
You know where she lives?
She lives in a packing box over there under the bridge. Look, you want me to call an ambulance?
No, never mind. I'll handle it.
Poor kid, she's scared to death.
Ow! Here, now, stop that.
Dr. Riverside, now be gentle. She's been hurt and exploited.
Gravity, where?
Gonzo, Gates, you let her go, Gonzo.
Let her go?
Come on, honey, it's all right. I'm your friend. It's... Oh!
Grab her, Trapper. Hang on. Hang on.
Sounds like World War III out there.
You should have been in here.
You all right, Gloria?
Oh, well, certainly, Dr. McIntyre. And now, Dr. Gates, if you can spare me, I'd like to drop into X-ray and see if I've got a fractured jaw or not.
Go.
Uh-huh.
Miss Brancusi. I'll get that history later, Gates.
Well, anytime you're ready to start talking, I'm ready to listen.
What you see is what you get. We were trying to treat the young lady. She objected.
Treat her for what?
It's a good question. Malnutrition, fever of unknown origin. She's burning up.
She have a history of chest problems?
Beats me.
You ask her?
Well, I couldn't. She's deaf and mute, I think. It's a long story.
Oh, well, the day is young.
All right. I ran into her in the street.
The street? I thought you went on a picnic.
Well, that didn't work out.
Oh, no, you mean the woman did not?
Look, Trapper, please, it just didn't work out, all right? Okay, so we were riding along, and all of a sudden this kid jumps off the curb in front of me, and I thought I had killed her. And then this guy came up and he said, no, it was all a scam, and she was just after a little TLC and a couple of bucks.
Aha, then you didn't hit her.
No, I didn't hit her, but by then I felt sort of responsible, so...
Trapper, I'm supposed to tell you it's 2:25.
Yeah, so?
Didn't you have a 2 o'clock appointment with Mr. Slocum?
Oh, damn.
Well, if he isn't in surgery, where is he? Of course I tried his office. Will you stop that? Trapper, where have you been?
I'm sorry, Arnold. I really apologize. It's been a very distracting day, and I've got this terrific headache.
Well, it's probably your teeth. Have them all pulled, I did.
Right.
Sure, you say right, and then you go off and do whatever you please. The same way you keep appointments.
Come on, Arnold. I've already told...
Mr. Slocum, I really don't see how we can wait any longer.
Of course, my dear boy, you can't, and you don't have to. I promised you I'd produce him, and here he is.
Dr. McIntyre? My name's Farrell, State Department. We thought we'd lost you. Now, if you'll just step this way.
Wait. State Department?
Yes, sir. And on behalf of the Secretary, I do want to thank you for volunteering. I'm certain that you'll find this a very rewarding experience.
Yes, I'm sure I will. What have I volunteered for?
He's joking. Wang.
Wang?
People's Hospital, Peking, Red China. The chief surgeon, he's here by special invitation of the United States government. It's another step in the thaw between these two countries.
Yes, I see. And Mr. Slocum suggested that this Dr. Wang visit San Francisco Memorial.
Well, it's a great honor for us, Trapper, and the board was very impressed.
Mm-hmm. And I'm supposed to be his escort? That it?
Well, Trapper, you should go in and see him. I mean, you'll love him. He's a real charmer, isn't he?
Yes. At least come meet the man. Now then, Dr. Wang Wu Shen, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. John McIntyre.
How do you do, sir?
Not very well. We make a fetish of being on time in Peking. You are 30 minutes late.
Well, Dr. McIntyre's had a headache, and he...
It's the smog.
Actually, there's very little smog in San Francisco.
There is smog everywhere in this country.
Not like the People's Republic, is it, sir? You've been to China, Doctor?
No, I'm afraid not.
But I understood that...
No? The closest I got was Korea.
And when was that?
1950.
What an amazing coincidence. Because I was there in 50 as well, in a frontline surgical unit, patching up patriots.
So was I.
South Korea, I presume?
Of course.
I was situated a bit to the north.
All right, give me a hand. Hold on. All right, we got it. Thanks a lot.
She bit my thumb. Do you think I ought to get a tetanus shot?
It couldn't hurt. Oh, boy.
So, this is our notorious Miss Jane Doe.
Hi, Ernie. Any word yet?
Yes, the police just called. They got her ID from those prints you sent over. She's known, to them at least, as Eve Brown.
She got a record?
About as long as the corridor outside. Shoplifting, assault, vagrancy, begging, 23 arrests, no convictions.
Why is that?
What DA do you know would want to prosecute a weeping, deaf-mute orphan?
Good point. What else?
Well, they said she's a runaway from the county home for the deaf. I called, talked to a man named Waghorn. He says they've taken care of her when they could catch her since she was 10 months old. She's 15 now. Rough deal. How sick is she?
Well, we've been running tests all afternoon. She has a pulmonary infection. She's anemic and malnourished. Is there any record of retardation?
Oh, Waghorn said she has a normal IQ. She always was a behavior problem. She's illiterate in everything from print to the American Sign Language. She just refused to learn.
She can't even tell us where it hurts.
And nobody cares.
No, I care. I knocked her down. I'll get her back on her feet again.
Poor little Albatross.
What's that?
Didn't you have to read the Rime of the Ancient Mariner when you were in school? See, he wounded an albatross, so they hung it around his neck. And after that, he never could get rid of it.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. Just stay right there. All right, fine. You go ahead and try it. Come on, sweetheart. Go ahead. I dare you. Come on. Come on. I thought that was one language you could understand. Oh, no. No. Don't try the crying routine with me, because it's not going to work. No way, baby. You hungry? He was right. There's a sucker born every minute. Something tells me I'm making the worst mistake of my life. Open your mouth. Yeah, I know, but it's good for you. Come on, eat it. Come on.
What I mean, Doctor, is that this is not the way we'd do it in Peking. Your methods strike me as archaic, time-consuming.
Well, my dear doctor, if you and Peking don't like it, you know what you... John, we were wondering when you would come in.
Weren't we, Doctor?
Evidently, I misunderstood. I thought we were to meet in the lobby 35 minutes ago.
Sorry?
Please, it's of no importance whatsoever. I spent the time with Dr. Riverside here. He was kind enough to show me your book of catastrophe procedures.
And what did you think of them?
Unique.
Now look, Doctor.
Now I wonder if I might look in on some of your more interesting cases.
Of course. Please.
John, that man is absolutely impossible. You keep him away from me, I might do something drastic.
No, you won't, Stanley. You'll handle the situation with your usual insight and grace. Good morning. Busy?
No, not at all.
Doctor, this is one of our private rooms.
Quite small, isn't it? In Peking, we prefer the open friendliness of the ward.
Even for fevers of unknown origin?
But surely you tested the patients for contagious diseases.
So we're working on it.
So, here you allow orderlies to...
Dr. Wang. Dr. Gates.
Hello.
Dr. Gates, in those clothes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, in these clothes.
Astonishing. May I ask what her symptoms are?
Yes, she has pulmonary problems, anemia, blackouts with abdominal pain, and diarrhea. The only food she's been able to keep down has been strained bananas and skim milk. Naturally, there is some abdominal tenderness. She's very malnourished. We're hoping that with the proper diet, she will begin to recover.
I'm afraid this is much more serious.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I have seen many cases like this. In fact, gastrointestinal disease is my main area of interest. I'm afraid she may have lymphoma.
After 10 seconds of observation, you come up with a diagnosis like that? How do you know it isn't a genetic defect or colitis or...
Yes, well, shall we move along?
10 seconds of observation is sufficient, I think, after 30 years' experience.
Oh, at last, Brancusi. Dr. Wang, I would like to introduce you to Nurse Brancusi, who is going to give you a little tour of our outpatient facilities. Right, Brancusi?
Well, I guess so, sir.
Well?
Dr. Wang?
You, sir. I'll talk to you later.
Who the hell is he?
Wang Wushen, Chief of Surgery, People's Hospital, Peking.
Big deal. Even he can be wrong.
It could be a lymphoma.
But it could be any number of other things, too. I'm gonna go find that kid's medical history.
I'm sorry I was delayed, Dr. Gates.
It's no problem, Mr. Waghorn. Incidentally, I'm not deaf.
Oh, am I doing that again? It's a difficult habit to break. It took some time to find Eve's records. I hope she's not seriously ill.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out, sir. In order to do that, we're going to need a complete medical and family history.
Oh, naturally, yes.
Was Eve a healthy child?
Oh, I would say so, yes. A disciplinary problem, but quite healthy. Oh, the usual cold, you know, but nothing serious. Oh, here we are.
Finicky eater, even as a baby.
Oh, very. Pig.
Underweight, uncooperative, willful. She seems to have skipped most of the childhood diseases.
Oh, we're very big here on inoculations.
No allergies. Parents unknown.
Yeah, that's right. That's for the record.
So what? For the record?
No, you must have misheard.
Mr. Waghorn, listen to me. It is practically impossible to diagnose that girl's problem without a complete medical and family history. The mother can supply it.
But you're asking me to betray a sacred confidence.
But I am asking you to help save a young girl's life. Now, I don't have time to be charming and persuasive, Mr. Waghorn. She may be dying.
Her mother's name is Ingrid Laxness. She was a domestic servant from Iceland, unmarried. She thought that baby was retarded and she couldn't take care of it. You'll find her at this address.
Thank you.
Oh, dear. Dear.
Ja, sir.
Yes, I'm looking for Miss Ingrid Laxness.
Oh, please, come in.
May I help you? I'm Mrs. Forsythe. I'm afraid English is still something of a mystery to my maid. What would you like? What can I do?
Well, I'm sorry to be bothering you. I was looking for a Miss Ingrid Laxness.
Laxness?
Yes. So I was told that she worked here.
You've been misinformed. She rarely lifts a hand. You see, I'm the former Ingrid Laxness.
Well, Mrs. Forsythe. I'm afraid I don't know where to begin.
Well, there's always a beginning.
True. All right. My name is Gates. I'm a doctor at San Francisco Memorial. It seems that your daughter is a patient of mine, and I was wondering...
Daughter?
Yes, ma'am. And she's very ill. What I need from you now is a complete history of the first 10 months of...
Is this some kind of a joke?
Mrs. Forsythe, believe me, I understand your position. I am not here to judge. All I'm looking for is a little medical insight.
Well, what you're apt to get is a good horsewhipping. I've never heard anything so outrageous in my life. To begin with, I do not have a daughter, and I have never had a daughter. If I had, I would certainly know if she were ill, wouldn't I? You've been lied to, young man, or you're a lunatic. In either case, I think you'd better leave right now.
Mrs. Forsythe...
And don't you dare come back.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you all right?
Yeah, great, terrific.
Uh-oh. What?
It's that Dr. Wang. Well, Dr. McIntyre asked me to show Wang around the outpatient clinic. And there were a lot of nurses on duty, and the man just created havoc. He said all American women were overweight, that they didn't work hard enough. And if he were in charge, he'd put every woman on a Chinese diet.
A Chinese diet?
All the food they wanted and only one chopstick. It's a wonder anybody can keep their sanity around this place.
Come to think of it, sanity was never one of our strong points.
Look, either you eat this or I push it through your pores. Up to you, chickie. Open your mouth.
Well, welcome to East Lynn. My compliments to your dry cleaners. Yes, I know, it's okay. It's all right. Looks like you two are having a party.
Yeah, great party.
What you need is a quick lesson in making friends and influencing people.
Oh, great. First you tell me to make sure the woman eats.
There is nothing to it. Just watch. Nice and easy. Now, why do you think I can handle her and you can't?
I don't know, Gonz. Maybe it's because you're the one she's trying to con.
Right. What's that? Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind diving into that myself. But your system will not tolerate food like that. At least not yet. In a couple of days, I'll get you some cottage cheese and a little lean meat. See, we have to build you up before we can send you home. Yeah, that's right. No, don't worry. I'm not going to send you back to a packing crate. We're going to find you a real home. Maybe even with your mother. Mother. You'll understand. I can never get the woman over here. No. No more scams. That's the next lesson for both of us.
No, I don't think so.
Come back here. Just a minute. Wait a minute, Doctor. There are certain things about perforated lungs that you should know.
You are going to tell me. Listen, Yank. I spent 18 bloody months trying to put my soldiers back together after your artillery got through with them.
Doctors, please.
And another thing. As you Americans say, forget it.
What do you want?
Doctor, no.
Very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
I tried to warn you, Doctor.
You did nothing of the sort. You knew I was looking for the stairway.
Well, that's ridiculous. How could I possibly...
Never mind. I don't need your apologies.
Who's apologizing?
I said, never mind. I'll discuss this with Slocum and the State Department.
Oh, you will you? Good. Take me along and I'll tell them about the rudest man I have ever met. What's the matter with you? Okay, you're in a strange new country, meeting strange new people, strange new ideas. But isn't that why you came? So we scare you. Well, maybe you scare us too with your strange new ideas. It's just being human. But is being human any reason to start a war? Oh, go talk to Slocum. And I'm not fat.
Gonzo.
No, I haven't talked to Trapper.
No, it's the Deftrel E. She got out of the room, stole half the food off the diet card. She's real sick. We may lose her.
Any change?
Those lab results?
Yes, but there's nothing specific, John.
You know, this has to be a malabsorption problem. Some trouble with the digestive enzymes.
Well, the intestinal biopsy didn't tell us anything.
What about Dr. Wang's diagnosis? The small bowel lymphoma.
Now, I didn't say that.
You didn't have to. He was right, wasn't he? Wang.
The non-invasive tests aren't telling us anything. It'd help to have something specific, some kind of a past history.
Well, we don't have it. I'll set up an exploratory lab.
Now, wait a minute, Gates. Look, surgery can be pretty risky. Right, John?
I agree. Do you have a better idea?
You know, all this talk reminds me of a case I had when I was an intern in pediatrics. Had this case of a 4-month-old child seemed to have cystic fibrosis. But the symptoms mimicked another problem.
Celiac disease.
Uh-huh. I mean, it could be that. I mean, suppose this girl had celiac disease when she was a baby, and it went into remission. I mean, she's obviously not paid any attention to her diet. She's been under terrific stress.
It's possible. Sure. Why not? Celiac disease can certainly be treated.
If that's what's wrong. Sure would help to know if she had any problems as an infant.
Well, we don't know. And we can't just sit here and watch her die. If she does have a lymphoma, she has to be explored.
Let me ask you something. The woman you talked to, are you certain she's the mother?
Well, there's no way you can be certain of that,
You
John.
bet I'm certain.
And on the other hand...
But she refuses to acknowledge the child.
You see, John, there's not much you can do.
Well, if you accept that woman's story, you're slipping, kid.
That's true, Gates. You know, you haven't been acting as forcefully lately as you... The right word at the right time. That's the ticket, huh, John?
You're incredible.
Oh, sir, you cannot.
Where's Mrs. Forsythe?
Call Robert, Hilda.
Ja, madame.
Don't bother, Hilda. I'll be gone before he gets here. All I need from you, lady, is one little piece of information.
And I told you.
I know what you told me. Now tell me the truth. Did your baby ever have celiac disease? Any digestive problems?
I never had a baby.
Mrs. Forsythe, listen. I don't care about your past or your pride or your social position or anything else that you consider so almighty important. All I care about is saving your daughter's life. Now, did she ever have any feeding problems?
Robert!
How do I get through to you? We need to diagnose that kid's case. If you would help us, we might be able to avoid an unnecessary operation. Mrs. Forsythe, please.
Excuse me. Will the gentleman leave now, or would he prefer a broken neck?
And that's that.
If we just had a little more time.
Oh, we can't take the risk. I put in a call to Waghorn. I mean, technically, the girl is still a runaway, ward of the county. Waghorn's going to have to give his consent for the surgery.
But it...
Trapper, about Wang.
Not now, Arnold. What did I just do?
Nothing I haven't wanted to do for a long time.
Oh, boy. Well, it's always general practice.
Ingrid? Go away, please.
You haven't slept all night. I have to know what this is all about. Damn it, Ingrid, you're being unfair. Whatever this problem may be, it concerns me, too. Don't you realize that?
Oh, Andrew, please.
What is it? Are you afraid that I won't understand? That I won't tolerate a mistake? Am I that insensitive?
Please go away.
Look. There is nothing that you could do or say or think that I haven't done or thought myself. It's true. I've lied. I've cheated. Betrayed friends. I've been a coward.
You haven't committed a murder.
No. There's no way that you could ever commit murder.
I have committed it right now. I'm killing my own daughter by lying and...
Daughter? What daughter? What are you talking about?
A daughter I never told you about. A deaf and mute daughter. A daughter I nursed through celiac disease and gave away because I couldn't
I couldn't tell you.
Come on, you gave it your best shot.
Not good enough. She didn't admit a thing.
Does she know we may be performing an unnecessary operation?
Apparently she doesn't care.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Dr. Gates. Where's Dr. Gates?
Are you Mrs. Forsythe?
Yes.
This way, please.
All right, let's get started.
Trapper, wait.
They told me she'd be in surgery. Have you...
No, not yet.
She did have celiac disease. She was only a baby. She was so sick.
Trapper, can you hear this?
Loud and clear.
The doctor said she'd recover, and she did. I never would have let her go if I'd known there was any danger. But he said she'd be fine.
She will be, Mrs. Forsythe. She'll be just fine.
Oh, thank God. Oh, boy.
I think we're going in the right direction. Hopefully we should be able to avoid any surgery.
Oh.
You have been a lot of help to us. Can I get you anything? Coffee?
No, thank you.
Based upon what you've told us, she will have to go on a special gluten-free diet. We'll just have to see what she can tolerate.
Will she have to stay on this diet forever?
Hopefully not, but she will have to be extremely faithful to it for quite a while.
Oh, she will. I'll see to that.
You will?
Well, I'll want her with me. As soon as I can establish a new home, if she'll come. May I see her now, please?
In a minute.
Excuse me.
I spoke to Waghorn at the home for the deaf.
Andy, please don't say anything.
All right. I won't say I love you. I won't tell you how my heart breaks for Ingrid Laxness and her baby, and the agonies you must have suffered.
I wanted so much to tell you when we were first married. And I wanted to take her back. But I didn't think that you would...
Accept her?
No.
You were right. But that was years ago, when I was younger, more selfish, less tolerant of human error.
Oh.
Come on. Let's take our daughter home.
You about ready?
No, just give us 1 minute. Eve, you are going home with your mother. Your mother. Okay.
Eve.
It's all right. It's okay. See you later, kid.
This looks familiar.
Dr. McIntyre, it's been pointed out to me that my behavior has been somewhat rude and offensive to you. If such is the case, I would like you to accept my humble apologies.
Well, certainly, you will accept mine.
You have an exceptional staff, very outspoken, a disconcerting trait, but rather admirable.
Thank you.
Now, there's just one more thing. I'm told you've had a nagging headache.
Well, yeah, it's getting much better, thank you.
Nevertheless, a little acupuncture couldn't hurt. Will you let me try it?
I thought you would never ask. How about a cup of coffee? Tea? Oh, of course. Oh, Dr. Gates, I'll be in the cafeteria if you need me. Dr. Wang is buying, I think.